On today's show, we are going to make a southern fried potato with sausage, onions, and mushrooms meal. We also have some sharp cheddar cheese. This is going to be delicious. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. To get started, we have to cut up our onions and our potatoes. And I'm using a great big sweet onion. I went ahead and cut it up. I've been testing this brand new potato French fry tool. Now, you can check the video list because I just did the onion and it worked pretty well. So I'm going to use it for the potato. And you have to watch that it don't shoot across the room. You have to do it a little bit at a time like that. Then we need to put some oil in a pan. And these are going to have to cook for a good 30 minutes. So you want to make sure you got plenty of oil to cook these in. And today I'm using a grapeseed oil, which has a high flash point. So that will definitely be better to cook in than some other type of oils. Now when you cut up your potato, of course you have to inspect everything, just to look for any kind of internal problem that might have been in your potatoes. And this is a good time to pitch things if there's anything you don't like. I don't know about you, but my potatoes are not perfect. This is sea salt with garlic salt mixed in with it. While the potatoes are cooking, this is a good time to cut up your mushrooms and your sausage. Now I was able to buy these already pre-cut, so that will save us a little bit of time. I do need to cut up the sausage. So let's just move a few things out of our way. Here is my sausage that I'm cutting up. And this is basically what you want to cut them to, but you know if you have kids, you can't serve kids the full round. You have to cut them into quarter round. So if that's the case, just cut straight down the sausage, put it back together again, and then go ahead and cut it. That's so in case it gets stuck in their throat, air will still go around it. I think it's just a good habit just to cut the sausage that way for everybody in the family, because it can happen at any time. And of course, if the sausage is refrigerated, or if you want, you could throw it in the freezer for a few minutes. That will help to make it a little bit more rigid, making your cut easier. So every 10 minutes you want to turn these. And they should be getting golden brown for you. And then let's do a big handful of this garlic powder. And just sprinkle that in like that. Get that back on the burner. And then the next thing I'll start on is the salad while I'm waiting for those to cook for another 10 minutes. So I have most of the stuff cleaned up in advance, but you just have to do a little bit of trimming on things. So let's cut off the top. Even though stuff was trimmed before it was put away, I always go back through and trim again. So here we go with the 5-part scissors. I'm going to toss all this anyway, if I'm not tossing it enough by throwing it around. Cut the celery stalk in half, then run the knife through it. The carrots, these are brand new carrots and they were frozen when I got them, so I'll need to thaw a little bit, but at least they look good and clean and brand new. Running water over them to wash them helps with that. Then the cucumber, I have this new toy that I'm going to try. This is a pretty unripened cucumber. Tip this a little bit forward. This is one of my new tools for the kitchen. Just like that. That's how it looks. Then you can pull off your whole stack if you want. Cut down them. Cucumbers cut pretty easy. That's pretty neat. And that's all we'll use for this recipe. As far as cucumbers go, arugula, this was all washed. We'll just throw a little bit in. This could be arugula or it could be dandelions. I'm not sure which. It kind of looks like dandelions. And then we'll just use these to toss them. And we'll make our own salad dressing. To turn these again. The potatoes are all set. Let's go ahead and get them out of the pan. And if there is any grease in the pan, let's try to leave it. I'm using a slotted shovel. Now remember, we're not cooking these, we're browning them, because this stuff's going in the oven. Onions are next. Paper towel on top to kind of pat the grease off these. Cover them up so I don't eat them. Let's start on our casserole dish. We need to put some Pam on it. Onions need a lot of salt, just like potatoes. So salt heavy. Of course, more pepper, because you always season in layers. Timer's done. We basically look for translucent, cooked, soft onions before we put in the rest of the ingredients. The onions are done, so we'll remove them from the frying pan. They get their own plate. Sit in for a little bit. Still trying to keep the oil in the pan. Get all the onions out so that they don't burn. Now you have to cook your meat. In my case, with the meat being already cooked, it's going to be shorter. Now my meat is all set. So let's get the meat out of the pan and in the bottom of the baking dish. There we go. Now I need a little bit more oil because it's time to do the mushrooms. And we need to put our potatoes here with the meat. Cheese. I have the oven preheating to about 400 degrees. Roughly half a package of cheese. Mushrooms are all set, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle them here. Then I have my mixed vegetable. And butter. Here's the onions. The rest of the cheese goes on. Then it goes in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when it's all done, that's when we put the ketchup on top. We need to stir our vegetables. Just like that. Let them sit. Let's make our salad dressing. Let's start out with the cheese because it's powdered. So I'm going to put in 3 of these small spoons of cheese. Then some Worcestershire sauce. Canola oil. And I do this all with my little spoon. Garlic. Lemon juice. Salt and pepper. Olive oil. Not a lot of that. Next is your egg. So for your egg, you want to crack your egg, get it inside one of these little dishes, just like that. Then you take a water bottle and you squeeze your water bottle and you suck the yolk out just like that, and you can put your yolk in your mixing bowl. Set the white aside. Let's give it a little bit of a stir with a spoon, and then whisk And you have to whisk this for a little bit. And then you can pour it over your salad, just like that. I have some tomatoes. They're here and washed. Just like that. Then we have our mixed vegetables. Make sure the celery gets tossed. Just a little bit. Just like that. And then let's get this out of the oven. When your oven beeps, you have to let it sit for a little bit before you serve it up. So I went ahead and opened the oven door and turned off the oven when it beeped. And then you can just grab your plate. Of course, the cheese is going to try to make it stick together. Just like that. Wow! Look at that. That is going to be so delicious. Well, there's the meal. I hope you've enjoyed watching. And here is several more videos just like this.